All right, so we got Narumi, the brand new one here in the game, and I'm really excited to check him out. But first, if you are new here, make sure you do me the favor, hit that subscribe. 80% of viewers aren't subscribed, so that's probably you if you're new. Make sure you do stick around for more content. We're going to showcase Narumi in today's video. We're going to talk about some of the pros and cons and do some live testing, so I hope you guys enjoy. So firstly, I'd like to say that we are going to do videos for the next couple of days, so I do need time to fully build him. I need to change his uniparts and stuff like that. I am all out of stamina, so think of this as a early look at the character. We are obviously going to get him more invested in, along with his weapon. I actually am not fully sold on this weapon, frankly. Maybe with dupes I would be to get that crit rate up, but otherwise, I think you could use the Battle Pass weapon if you happen to have that, or even the base weapon I think is fine as well. I don't think you necessarily need to get that. Now, quick note on Gen. The biggest con with Gen is actually that he is a limited character. By the way, he looks so good. His art is amazing. I think they hit it out of the park. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite character art is in the game. Look at that. Look at him sitting on the sword, bro. How does that even work? What are the physics of that? Anyway, he is actually a limited character. So that means he is just like Sagan, who we don't know when he'll be back. We don't know what it'll look like when he's back. We don't have any idea, and we'll probably see that for Sagan as an idea whenever that is she comes back. I don't know if she's not going to be back for like 3 months. I don't know what the plan is. So that is the thing that you need to know with Gen, is that he is limited. Now, the non-limited characters are in here. All the ones that have released until now, aside from Sagan, are in the Gacha. Reno, Hoshina number 10, Kikaru, and Chester, who literally just left, are already in here. So if you did pulls, you have the opportunity to pull him. Now, you guys are not going to see me do pulls because I went to the shop and claimed him. I was able to do that. I sat on that instead of pulling for more Chesters or pitying out a Chester dupe. That's one of the things I wanted to do. And I don't know if and or when they will update this. I don't know if it'll be every few months, every 6 months, every year. I don't know what the plan is with that. But ultimately, that is one thing you need to know. So Gen is actually really interesting because I think, and this could just be because the uniparts, it looks like his attack stat, this is not Gen. Well, it is Gen, but it's not the Gen. Look at this guy. It looks like his attack stat's a little bit low. Like, it didn't seem like it's all that high. Again, it could just be uniparts here. But he seems kind of reminiscent to Kikaru, who at least has a 5-star unipart set on, focus on attack. So he seems kind of more in that same vein on attack stats overall. And that would be something that I understand what the idea is with that, because he has a lot of defense penetration he starts to pick up and stuff like that with his weapon too. So maybe that's why. I think that's exactly why they did that to Kikaru. This passive is interesting. So he has this new state called Seen Through that he applies to enemies, which is kind of busted, by the way. But ultimately, after an ally hits a character that's in Seen Through state, the attacker gets 27% damage dealt. This is a premium. If this is for them, like individually, he doesn't get this. We'll see in game in the test that we do. This is a premium support skill, like easily. For 2 turns, this is a premium support skill. Damage dealt alongside critical hit damage are the 2 strongest buffs a character can get. So giving that to allies at a 30% clip when it's level 10 or so is really powerful. Now, other than that, he's got the Seen Through state here, which is after allies attack a kaiju that's in Seen Through state 5 times, they will just automatically destroy 3 plates off the enemy. Now, if the enemy is already core exposed, you can't stack hits. So like maybe they're core exposed, you're going to try to game the system because they're in Seen Through, but you get 4 hits and then they recover plates. You hit them once more, you break them instantly again. That's not how that's going to work. They limited that functionality. And then also, if a new kaiju becomes Seen Through, that Seen Through state can only be on 1 kaiju at a time is how that works. Now, if you're wondering about old Gen, I think old Gen is mostly safe because this guy is also not a blast attacker. He's pure single target. So keep that in mind. Getting SP back on the combat skill is extremely strong. It makes this a free attack. It means you pretty much never have to use the single attack here ever, unless you just mismanage your SP and don't have that one to throw at him. But that's particularly good with SP hungry characters like number 10 Hoshina. So very, very strong there. He starts off with plus 100% ultimate gauge as well. So really good here. And then also he starts with extra crit rate when the enemy's below 80% HP. So I opted to go for fungal. As usual, you could go with lizard if you want to. And then when destroying plates, there's extra attack in here. Now the battle pass gun sword has a effect just like that one, which should stack in theory with that overall. It should stack. I'm positive it would because it's an entirely separate buff, right? But it does have a similar one in here. No, not this one, not this one. It's a different one. There's another one in there. The one from the expedition type. Never mind. So I don't really care about this one. This one's crap. But the one from the expedition or is it the tower mode, the one that's in the shop for exchange from that emblem of defense. No, proof of valor here. This one. It's got the same effect, so that should stack, but also after attacking the core exposed kaiju, get damage dealt, slash damage as well. So I think you could make a really, really strong argument for that one we just looked at, or Old Gen's signature weapon. I don't think you need the new one at all, frankly. I don't think you need it. But the crit damage is nice, so that's the main reason I would like this. I'm super up and down on defense penetration because they're not able to crit with it. And I think it really ruined old Kikaru personally. I think that really holds her damage back by a lot. But he's got this fun playstyle here where he's going to be able to do that, purely rip off plates off enemies. And then he's got the dual element as well. So let's see what he can do in action. And really quick, once again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Let's get this video to a like goal of 200 likes. Share the video with your friends if they are interested in KN8, the game. So we're actually going to go ahead and just do a full-on support build and see how he looks. Actually, it's already pre-made from our last showcase, and this is on Kaiju number 10. Don't worry about this so much. It doesn't really matter. This is just a way for me to show you guys damage output in a format that my longtime viewers are accustomed to seeing, and so am I, right? I need to push through the other new stages as well, but that'll be its own individual video. So like I said, there are going to be more videos. And also, let me know in the comments whatever videos you guys want to potentially see me make. I would be interested in making for you as well, so that we can get that out there. Let me go ahead and turn this off, or not, but that's fine. Chester starting with that is okay. Okay, so we actually can pull up all the supports. I am not so, like, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna go ahead and get this going, I guess. This doesn't truly matter right now. He's kind of slow. Firstly, that's the first thing I'm seeing, but again, could fix that with uniparts. The other characters are just so much faster is what it is. But he's still going before the boss, so that's fine. In this instance, he would eat the last SP. However, that's not going to be the case. The only problem with him is that he's not able to start with an ultimate. If he started with the ultimate, he could start with Seen Through, which will be tremendous. But he doesn't start with that. And that's where getting that extra 100%, that's going to shoot this meter way up. Extra 100% is massive. So we're going to see him rip off 2 plates anyway here. Hey, he did solid damage. The animations are nice too. He did solid damage, nothing crazy. Okay. He's actually going to be able to rip these blunt plates off too. You know, I will say also, it's a little bit annoying having to, and this is just me like coming to terms with some of this stuff. It's a little bit annoying having to rely on the ultimate for that as well. My God, he's already at 41. He's got the ultimate now. But we need to get the full stacks. If we get the full stacks, he can rip this off. Let's see the ultimate on 1x. But that is actually unique because that means you can bypass type weakness with Gen. Like, blunt plates will get ripped off, and we don't have a blunt character on the team. That's actually OP AF, bro. That's ridiculous. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's sick, bro. Oh, they cooked. They cooked, man. They cooked. The damage wasn't crazy, but we could obviously do better than that. But frankly, I don't know if we'll get the chance. I don't know if we're going to get the chance, bro. I was going to say it's kind of annoying having to do the 5 hits. The 5 hits is kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. At least on under-leveled content like this. That's what it is. Maybe versus level 100 is not anywhere near the same. I wanted to see if that buff did shoot across as well. Created opportunity. Yeah, that is a buff that's extending out. That is a premium support skill. His normal shoots out? That's crazy. Oh, we got the full ones now. So how this should work is right here, Gen should rip that off, right? Or does he have to get the second ultimate is what it was? After allies attack 5 times, seen through will be... No, this should automatically trigger right here. And rip those blunt plates off. It did. Oh, that's broken. Oh, also getting the follow-up with any random character like that is broken as hell too. That is... Okay. It's just a tick slow. Like, just in theory, like he gets the ultimate fast, then you got to throw 5 more hits. It's a tick slow, but it's a really good ability. It's really intriguing, actually. And then again, the extra support in there too is really nice. It's really, really interesting the way he's designed. He's got the dual element. Oh, I didn't mean to restart. I meant to retreat. He's got the dual type as well. So these are the things. These are the traits. Like, regardless of if like the playstyle is a little bit slow, like I was mentioning, and again, in that exact same situation, number 10 Hoshino would have blown that up faster than we would have got to those 5 stacks, right? We would have just blown it up. But those are the traits that allow for a character like him to age tremendously well. Like, regardless of what his damage looks like, the support is going to age like fine wine. The scene through is going to age like fine wine. You could take scene through into any content, and it'll be good. Because it's able, and aside from the fact it can rip off a plate that's not present on your team, it's just a strong ability. Like, just in general, it's a strong ability to have. Just to rip all the plates off no matter what. I still think Old Gen is a better plate breaker specifically, because he's doing the blast attacks, and he's got dual as well. And he's faster. He's designed to do that. Like, he's got more speed. He's got things like that allow him to function that way. But this new Gen is interesting. So I'm actually in this one going to play more naturally and focus more on, I want to say that, but I also want to we're going to focus a lot on trying to get his damage number higher. The first one was kind of like a feel out, trying to figure out how he functions, etc. I want to see him get the damage number higher. This is going to break this guy with dual elements, right? Thank you. And he also doesn't have a mechanic for like causing core exposed, right? The other one has a mechanic for core exposing. We've already got the ultimate. That's broken. Bruh. He also... he gets the plus 100% for 2 turns at the start of the wave. I low-key don't even want to bother with this right here, but it's fine. Like I said, I wanted to play a little bit more normally. The damage was not good there. He's not fully buffed, though. And and for the record, this is level 100 content, so he's going to come down to earth. He's not going to look as strong offensively as he may or may not have looked in the last video, or in the last fight. Frankly, I wasn't really paying much attention to it, if I'm being honest with you. I think his ult did okay damage, but I wasn't paying the most attention to it. So we got a break. That's great. The follow-ups also trigger this. I saw the follow-up trigger this. Interesting. That's really strong. The follow-ups also can trigger that. So yeah, it's no longer going. But wait a minute. Hold on. So I said that they limited it. But wait a minute. You know what I'm going to do from here? We're going to avoid hitting that other kaiju. I want that other kaiju to recover. Because it didn't say it would pull those off. The other kaiju is going to, since he's already at 3, he's going to recover at 3 and then get broke again. So that's the loophole in that, is that if it gets to a decent number beforehand, you could just rip it off again. Very interesting. Okay, well, we're going to set up now here. Low-key, this game needs a skip animation button. I mean, they're beautiful, but you got to watch them every time. His damage, crit did an insane amount of damage jump for him. Well, he had other supports as well that were active there that he didn't have previously. Okay, he recovered. Nice. I'd like to see what that looks like. Gonna follow here. The follow's gonna proc the 4th hit. Wait. Oh, it does pull it off. Oh no. So this is it being late. So that's my fault. I was dumb when I threw that ultimate. Never mind. I know what I did wrong. I threw the ultimate at the other one just to speed us up. But that was a mistake. That's right. I remember mentioning that it came off earlier. That's why I was confused to see it didn't fall off. But I forgot those were different conditions. So I misplayed there. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that. You guys probably noticed in the moment. I didn't notice until just now, of course. But throwing that second ultimate on the other one gave him the scene through, which canceled out that one. I didn't see that. Maybe I'll get another opportunity like that in the next round. I can actually... So this is where it's not as annoying or not as slow. I can actually start the next wave with scene through. That's really good. I can start the next wave with the scene through buff already. And that's gonna be massive. We're gonna throw it instantly. Come on, kill for me, please. Just kill. And she penetrated. She did okay damage, but did not kill. Great. Well, I'll get the kill here. And my ultimate. Thank you. And we're seen through now on the boss Kai, which is actually it's really strong starting with it, because what happens is for the duration of this turn, before they even take a turn, I'm gonna rip this guy's plates into oblivion. And that's why I said that was my first assessment, was if he started with this, it would be broken. How much damage? Okay, 53. Nothing fancy, but I'll take it. Yeah, if he started with that, that would be broken, man. The only downside is with these supports, I have to actually attack instead of like doing their support abilities. That's low-key annoying. Oh, so the funny thing is, we pushed him low enough to get the plate break no matter what. Aside from that, but the funny thing about that is that if I don't push it anywhere else, when he recovers this time, which I will pay attention to, he will insta-break again. So we got exactly what we wanted out of that. It's just funny how it lined up. Let me set up these supports again. Okay. All right. Well, I think that would have been really useful if we were against somebody that had an element that we didn't have, right, present on our team. That would have mattered much more in that case. But since we had dual elements and all shot slash, and that's all this enemy had, then we were able to offset him so much. 45k on that attack there is not bad either. I want him to recover, which is here. I want to see what it looks like. Let me sneak my ultimate in there before anyone else takes a turn. Because this should eliminate him unless Gen himself can't do it. It did say allies. I'm curious about that too. 96. He actually can't do it himself. Okay. Or did... God damn it. Or did Seen Through pull it off again? You can't even ultimate the same character? It pulled it off again, didn't it? No. I've got to see. Because, no. It did destroy the plates. It did destroy the plates. You know what it is? I said, again, I'm tired. I said insta-break. So in my head, I was thinking he would just get broken again. No, he destroyed the plates because we're breaking him again right here. That was what it was. Okay, never mind. So again, I'm pretty positive if I rewind it, Gen was able to do it. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is my first assessment of the character. And this is what it looks like as I'm feeling out the character, seeing what he does. But that was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, somebody let me know in the comments if I'm right about what happened there and that it did happen. It went kind of as one whole sequence and I didn't see it. His damage actually, okay, so as we got more and more support and all that stuff, he got more stacked up. His damage did really come along. He started that wave doing like 11,000 damage or something like that, and he ended the wave doing 100,000+ damage, which is pretty good on the combat skill. That is absolutely really good on the combat skill. I don't remember the last ultimate's damage, but that is really good damage on the combat skill. Again, it's because he got all stacked up. He got those hits and all that stuff in there. And then he was able to get those hits on, or they were able to get those hits in, and then he was able to, let me restart. Reach free from the battle. He was able to get those stacks going. I actually want to see one last thing that I did not confirm with him. Was, so I know that he gives the allies that damage when they hit seen through, but I wonder if he gets that damage too when he hits seen through. Because it doesn't say he shouldn't get it. It just says when somebody hits him, get the damage dealt equal to, what, 28% of the attack? Or plus 28% to the attacker is what it says. I'm curious about that. But regardless of if he does or doesn't, that just impacts his own damage, but it's still a premium support skill regardless. So I'm just curious. I want to see that really quick. Decided I'd start with full buffs this time, because why not? Of course, no crit. That's the argument for Lizard. Sit here. We're going to get a break and the ultimate. I can actually do that here. And not get the not get the break, but get the ultimate. Look how much more damage crits do, by the way. It's ridiculous. Crits are insane, bro. With high crit rate anyway. Or crit damage rate anyway. And that's why you use this weapon specifically, because it has really high crit damage. Okay, I know that the other characters will get that damage buff. Like right here, he's gonna get a buff. You'll see it on the left side. Yeah, the damage up. You see created opportunity pops in. I want to see if that pops in for Gen though. Let's see. Is this killing? Okay, it's not. Oh, of course it did. Because he crit. Great. Created opportunity did proc for him. It did proc for him. I saw the icon. It's got to be in here. Yeah. So he himself also gets that damage buff for 2 turns. Interesting. This is a very interesting character. You know what it is? He's not like definitively like straightforward. You can see it. You know what it is? It's just like, remember like Hoshina, right? When Hoshina came out, it's like, what the f did they do here? Because he comes in and he's just doing 100,000 damage easy from the rip every turn. And then with some investment that jumps to 200,000 every turn. Like it's a fat jump. And so it's really hard to look at the other characters, and I've said this repeatedly in my videos, and see them doing far less damage, but then you have to consider all the other things that they're doing that he's not doing. But we have a character here again who is designed to literally be a plate-breaking machine, which makes sense. It's the same design as the other character, but he has a brand new mechanic that allows him to bypass plates you don't have, which has huge ramifications on like team building, for the record. So we got a character that's designed with that stuff in mind, which is pretty interesting, but he's not flashy like that, right? But nonetheless, like I said a while ago, I think this is going to age so well. I think he's going to be a character, it's very apparent, it's very good for quite a while. I think it's going to be extremely obvious he's really good for a while, just because of the way that he functions. And then again, at the worst, at the bare minimum, he's got that passive in there. That passive for support is really strong. And the fact he can proc it for himself is also extremely strong. I wanted to see one more time the thing I brought up earlier about the enemy recovering the plates or whatever. I want to see it one more time, and I'll watch for it this time. But yeah, I think my assessment on Gen is that he's easily SS tier, easily one of the best characters in the game. You just have to be willing to look outside the box a little bit. That's what it is. You just have to be able to be willing to be able to look outside the box a little bit, because he's not, again, extremely flashy. Oh, this is actually bad. This is bad. That was bad. You know why? Let me see if it happened. That was bad. Okay. So it didn't pull it off. It didn't pull it off. Because we had full stacks for seen through. But we broke at the same time. That's why it's like, wait a minute, this is bad. That's not good. Okay, didn't pull it off, though. So I'm curious about how it's going to interact with it. Or maybe we were at 4 as a result of that, but I'm pretty sure I saw 4 already. Anyway, whatever. I want to use Gen's ultimate. Like, it's instinctual to use it, but you just can't. It's just no reason to use it. Okay. I'll just throw this here, because why not? Get some extra damage, sure. We will do that. This is a good opportunity, like I said, to see how this looks. Does he have morale? He does. Okay, let's give him discreet here. So he's got 7 plates. This should break, what, 4 plates? It did. Yeah. Dude, that's actually really strong. That's really, really strong, man. That's really strong. There's nothing else I could really say. That's just really strong. Wow. Wait. Chester's also pushing 1,300 attack right now. Jeez, man. Because the Fury effect. Fury is ridiculous. That's another thing that's popping off here. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's not that big of a deal here, but that, again, that would be a really big deal versus content that you just don't want to use a blunt character for. Okay. Well, I think we've seen enough from him. Let's give him one more attack here, and then we'll call it. But I will say, I'm impressed, man. 86. I am impressed, and that's not even a fully leveled up weapon, for the record. I will do a video covering the other weapons, at least the default. I don't really work on weapons like all that. I'm more character driven, but I don't have the resources. The Kaiju might, so I'll just do the old Gen's weapon. But yeah, I think he's really good. And his it's not, you know, I said you got to look outside the box, but it's not like his damage is bad. His damage is good. It's perfectly fine. It's not like, it's not out of this world. It's in line with other characters. I was concerned. I mean, it is a bit lower. Like, I've seen my Reno hit to like 160. I'm not sure, maybe higher. I'm not sure that I'll see Gen hit that height. I've got to test it out more. I was more concerned though about the attack stat, like, because the attack stat is clearly not that high. I don't know that he's making up like 600 plus attack from just going up to level 5. We'll see. But regardless, I think he's really strong. Also, I think this Gen is secure. There's no reason to like push this Gen down my tier list or anything like that. I think this Gen is secure, which is counterintuitive because for my tier list, I typically say if there's a better character, why would you use old characters unless you don't have the better character? But because this guy's a blast attacker, I think he's still the best character in the game at breaking plates. And because the other one is just so slow from the rip, I think that's my one criticism of this one, is that he's slow from the jump. If you are in content that's just a single boss like the Kaiju 10 fight to start the video, it's not that great. But if you're in something that's got a wave and he can get going, then it's really good. Like we saw, right? Then it's really good because the entire team will snowball. That effect will snowball. You'll get that ult much faster. In fact, you know, a funny thing with that is that you're going to have that plus 100. You probably are going to have plus 100 for quite a while, because for 2 turns is quite a while. That is a long time. There's a lot of actions that can be done in 2 turns, right? So, I think that's my only real criticism, other than, like I said, I think the attack stats maybe a little low, but we'll see what happens with higher unit parts. I really like the support ability in there. I like the utility he has. Obviously, the utility of being a dual element character is really good. Seen through because the support I think is really strong. The extra SP there is good. The crit rate is good, but yeah, I think you could argue putting Lizard on, just for a more consistent Hoshina production, right? Or Hoshina, Narumi production. But otherwise, you could put crit rate. I like putting ult gauge on. I don't think you need it with him, though. I would go a higher crit rate number here and then speed in the last slot personally. But we'll see what happens with my Uniparts and all that stuff. But all right, guys, this was longer than I intended for it to be. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And if you wanted to see some of the newer characters I've showcased recently, make sure you click the videos on the screen.